Good afternoon, it's Crazy Cheap Chick. It's Sunday. I'm picking up a few things for the week. I don't need that much, and I can honestly say I'm not feeling it today. I don't feel like grocery shopping. But let's see what we find. Sundays are not a great day for me to find bargains, but the rest of the week is so packed. I have stuff almost every day I have to do, and so I decided to go get them today and make do. You may remember last week I spent $163 on groceries, but that was because they had a ton of clearance stuff that I wanted to stock up on. This week I'm back to normal. Seems like my grocery bill always runs between 100 and 125, so being at 96 was not too bad. But let me show you what I got. I made some good purchases and some bad purchases. I suppose we may as well start with the bad. I bought these Celsius, is that how you say it? Celsius? I don't know. They're sparkling water energy drinks, and they're only 10 calories, and they have a ton of vitamins in them. So they're kind of like a flavored vitamin water, but they've got a ton of caffeine in it also. The caffeine is equivalent to about 2 cups of coffee, so it's not horrible. But I really like these. And so they have a bunch of different flavors: green apple, watermelon, Fiji apple pear. That's another watermelon peach. Anyway, they were on sale this week, I think for $1.99. And I went ahead and got 6 of them. Because when people come over, because I'm going to have some company, I have company a lot, you may have noticed, and I've got more company coming in a couple of weeks, and I'm going over to my son's tonight. I decided it was easier just to turn the camera around and tell you why I bought these drinks, even though they're not they're not as bad as maybe soda, I don't think, or maybe fruit juice. But the reason I bought these is I'm going over to my son's tonight because my family is all over at my son's right now. They're replacing or repairing his sewer line. And there's nothing I can do to help, so I decided I would get my grocery shopping done. And it is 91 degrees here today, and I am burning up. And this heat is going to fuel some storms tomorrow, it sounds like. Anyway, back to these energy drinks. Why did I buy them? Well, when everyone else is having a glass of wine or a beer or something fun, I'm trying to get away from alcohol right now. I'm on some medication. I don't think I'm actually supposed to even have alcohol. And alcohol's hard on your stomach. It's hard on your brain. And I really don't like it that much, but I like to fit in with everyone else. So I take these drinks and I put them in a wine glass, and it's fizzy, and I feel like I'm having a treat. And it's 10 calories. And so that's why I bought them, is because I'm the type of person, I guess, that gives in to peer pressure. It has alcohol when I don't even want it. So now I'm going to have this energy drink instead. So now that I explained my poor purchase of these energy drinks, I'll move on to everything else. You know, I love Noosa yogurt, but they no longer sell it in the giant tub. Now they only sell it in these small little containers for $2.19 each. And I vote with my pocketbook. I am tired of spending so much money, and so I'm not going to do it. These stores are going to have to learn that some of us won't put up with it. They had this yogurt, this Dan and Light Plus Fit. It's 110 calories for a little tiny thing of yogurt. I had a coupon for one free one, and the other 4 were 69 cents. And so we're going to have those this week instead of my Noosa yogurt. It's not as healthy, but it's less expensive. And I'm probably going to go back to making some toast or some overnight oats, to be honest, at least for this week. Then I got some half and half for a coffee for $2.94. And honestly, right there is breakfast. We almost always just have coffee, maybe a little yogurt or a little fruit, or maybe some toast. Then I got these pad thai noodles for $2.49, some olives for $1.99, 4 very small avocados for $2.89. Now they have avocados on sale this week, and I think they're 4 for $5. And they were bigger, but they were hard as a rock. I would not be able to use them this week, so I went ahead and bought the smaller ones just so I could use them. I got this English cucumber for $1.49. They're the best cucumbers. I don't know what to tell you. They're way better than your average cucumber. They're really crisp. Cilantro, 89 cents. That's kind of a staple for me. I use cilantro a lot when I cook. Rice vinegar. If you've never had rice vinegar, you need to go out and buy some. It's delicious. It's mild and sweet. It says right on there, mild and sweet. When I make my own salad dressing, which is most of the time, I use rice vinegar. And if you like Hendrickson's dressing, if you've ever had that, I know at Weight Watchers, they always kind of promote Hendrickson's dressing because it's only like 70 calories for 2 tablespoons. That's what's in it, rice vinegar. It is mild and sweet. It's really good. I use it a lot in cooking. Here's another one of my bad purchases, I'll just confess. On the Border, Fiesta style, Cantina tortilla chips, and those for $3.99. A red pepper for $1.49, a lime for 59 cents. Once again, I'm not paying these high prices. They had bread on sale, but it was like you had to buy 5 of them. And that's kind of what Dillon's and some stores are doing now. It's like in order to get the lower price, you have to buy, 3 months worth or something. And I didn't want to do it. There was no bread that was on sale where you didn't have to buy it in buy 3, save $2, buy 4, save 75 cents, buy 5, save $5. I hate these games. And so I just bought this bread, which was on sale for $2.50. I hope I like it. I only need bread for 1 meal this week, and maybe toast. Anything in a red net bag, of course. All the Dillon's affiliated stores, 99 cents here at least. Spinach, $2.29. 2 bags of cheap cookies, and I'm going to show you why in a minute, and you're going to be like, why didn't I know this sooner? These chocolate chip cookies were $1.59. These Southern pecan cookies were $2.50. Bad purchase, I know. They had brisket on sale for $2.99 this week, $2.99 a pound, but they didn't have any. And I even tracked down an employee, and they're like, yeah, we don't have any. And I'm like, well, can I get a rain check? We don't do rain checks anymore. So if I want to get brisket, I'll have to go back sometime this week and pick it up. And I'm not sure I want it bad enough to do that because it's a busy week. So they did have roast, and the roast was $4.99 a pound. So this roast was $12.18. But we just had a roast last week. So I know I'm going to freeze this and use it sometime in the next, not this week, but maybe the week after, because I don't want to eat roast 2 weeks in a row. And the roast I made last week was so good. In fact, John Wayne is like, this is the best roast you've ever made. What did you do? Well, there's only 2 things you can do to make a roast really good, maybe 3. First of all, marinate it for 2 or 3 days, which I did. I think I used Worcestershire sauce and salad dressing. Then I always fry it before I roast it, and then I cook it low and slow. So I cooked it for like 300 degrees. I think I started it around 1, and we didn't take it out till about 6, so it had cooked a long time, and it was so tender and moist and delicious. Also, when you buy a roast, I don't know if your mom ever told you this or not. I don't think my mom did, because my mom hates fat of any kind, so she would always buy the leanest meat she could, which is okay. But fat is what it gives things flavor. And so you want to roast with some fat. A lot of it will cook out, and it'll make your broth really flavorful. But a roast without any fat at all is usually not a very flavorful roast, in my opinion. This cheese was on sale. It was $2.50 for 16 singles. I got 2 packages of it because we're now to hamburger season, aren't we? And this cheese was on sale. So they were each $1.59. So I got cheddar, mozzarella, and Parmesan. I got 2 chicken broths, $1.49 each. Some little tiny tomatoes, what do you call these, grape tomatoes, $1.99. And this Bob Evans Chipotle butter sauce corn. And it was marked down to $2.94, which is a ridiculous price in my opinion. But it's normally like $5.99 or $6.99. And I'm going to tell you why I bought it at the end. I needed salsa, and they had some for $2.25 that sounded really good. Sweet onion salsa. And I usually make my own dressings, but these dressings make a really good marinade, is what I usually use them for. So I'm probably going to marinate this roast in this and this, and it'll be really good. Then these were on clearance for $1.80. They had normally been like $5.99 for this little tiny bag. Zucchini, garlic, and Parmesan fries. And this French bread pizza was also on clearance for $1.80. This almond breeze, they gave me a coupon that made it free. And so I got some free almond milk, some poblano peppers, 99 cents. And then those peppers were also 99 cents. And this was a splurge, $7.99 for this watermelon. And I really dug through those watermelons to get the very largest one, because if I'm paying $8 for a watermelon, it better be big. So you're probably just dying to know what John Wayne and I are going to eat this week or not. First of all, this doesn't look like it should be $100 worth of food, does it? But let me tell you what we're going to eat. Even though I feel like I overspent this week and bought some bad things, we are going to eat really, really well for our $100. So let me tell you what we're going to have. Number one, I got this out just to show you. This was some leftover taco meat from a couple of days ago. And I am going to make a dish called chicken, I think it's called picadillo. It's a Cuban dish. That's why I don't know how to say it. And it has tomatoes in it, a can of tomatoes, and you add chopped up olives in it, which I know sounds weird, but it is so, so good. I'll try to, I think I've made a video of how to make it, and I'll put a picture so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I have a bunch of bacon, and I am on a quest to use down the stuff in my freezer, and so I want to cook a couple of packages of bacon this week. So we're going to have BLTs, and I have tomatoes left from last week, and I've got lettuce. If not, spinach is always a good substitute for lettuce. Why buy both? And we're going to have these veggie fries with our BLT. Of course, you know our breakfast is what I always said, yogurt or toast or nothing but coffee. And lunch is usually salads and leftovers. We've done that for years because we work from home most of the time. Now, I am going to make some Southwest chili, or you could call it tortilla soup, you could call it white chili with a flair. But when I saw this, I thought, oh, instead of buying all the ingredients, I'll just use this as my basis. And so I've got a lot of chicken in the freezer, and it's really just chicken white chili, but I'm going to use this because of the sauce in there. That'll make a really good soup or chili. That's also why I got some of these peppers. I thought I might use them in there. And then I'll put some chips on top and a few on the side with a little salsa one night. We've got cheese. That will make a really good meal. There'll be enough of those chips left over that we could have nachos, though I don't really plan on it. I do want to make some Thai noodles in peanut sauce, and that's why I got this, and I think I've got everything else to make that dish. And I'm going to make some kind of pasta dish. I have a lot of pasta, and I have a lot of sausage and meatballs and different kinds of meat. So I just bought this Texas toast to go with a pasta dish. And this is something I might throw in one day if we didn't have any leftovers. A little salad with one of these French bread pizzas would make a good lunch, but maybe not the healthiest lunch, huh? I had wanted to make a brisket, but since they didn't have any brisket, I will probably substitute pork chops or some honey chipotle chicken with a side or two. And I've got plenty of stuff to use as sides. I've still got tons of rice, tons of potatoes. I didn't need any more of that. And I think our desserts or salads will probably be watermelon this week. So I think we're going to eat pretty good. It's not the healthiest week, but it's going to be mighty yummy. Oh, and there's one final purchase on there that I forgot to tell you about. I got some ice cream. I think it was on sale for $3.99. I think I had a coupon. It rang up for $3.49. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. So I've taken 2 cookies and put some ice cream in between there. Made a little ice cream sandwich. These are so good. Now, when you make these, you really want these cheap cookies because they're harder and they will stand up to the ice cream. But try making that for a dessert sometime this week. You'll love it. Got my roast marinating, and I used this Hendrickson salad dressing I was telling you about. It's so good. And look at that. It's actually only 60 calories per 2 tablespoons. I really like it. And I also put a little bit of teriyaki sauce and some steak seasoning. That's all I used, and now I am just going to let this marinate. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the freezer though, and I'll probably take it to Dodge City and we'll have a crock pot meal one night down there. Well, guys, thanks for hanging in there. I really appreciate it. I am getting so excited because I'm actually getting close to being monetized. I have enough subscribers now, and I always thought I would get hours before subscribers, but it didn't happen that way. I've had the subscribers for a little while, and I still need about 215 hours, but I'm getting close. I'm getting really close. It's been a busy week. On Friday, went up and saw my dad and mowed his yard for him, helped him with some little things, and doctored his kitten's eye. For a one-eyed cat.
He's getting Mama's foot now.
Well, she's gonna fall off.
Yeah. Oh.
You are a sight to see.
Yes. Look at he's biting on Mommy's foot.
Except for his eye, he seems pretty healthy.
Oh,
And he took us out to lunch, and he was still feeling okay on Friday, but last I talked to him, that chemo is starting to bite him a little bit. Then I had a farm meeting on Saturday with the other side of my family because my mom and her 2 brothers own a farm that was my grandparents, and they're trying to bring in the next generation and teach us how to farm. And so we drove all over the farm, and my uncle was showing us all the improvements they've made and things they've done recently, and talking about contracts and what we're going to plant. We put a terrace in over there, you know, that kind of thing. That's pretty, the green moss growing in there. We have a pretty farm, real pretty farm. This is my cousin's hunting shack when he comes up deer hunting. Look at all these wild purple flowers, aren't they beautiful? Just growing everywhere.
What are the guys called, Natalie?
Huh?
What are they called?
I don't know. Do your sea cap. They're really gorgeous. Quite the deer trail. Here's where the deer come down. Yeah. Then on Sunday, we had to go over to my son's house and help him with a sewer line repair. He had a tree root grow through, and so they had to take out part of the line and replace it. So we were at my son's house on Sunday. So we've been super busy. Okay, this is not your house. This is not your house. You need to go home. Okay, I'm over here at my son's house, and they're doing all this work over here. Well, number one, that's not my son's dog. His name's Pancake, but he lives a long ways from here. And he keeps coming over because he would like to live here, but this isn't his house. But he kind of, if you're outside, Pancake comes over to check you out. And then there's all these men working here, and I'm like, this looks like a lot more help than you expected. And my husband, John Wayne, goes, well, you know, Sunday afternoon, you hear machinery to a man, that's like, woo, woo. It's like the call of the wild, like, come check it out. And he said, if you hear machinery and cussing, it's like, woo, 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 woo. Like, get people to come faster. I don't know if that's true. That's what he said, though. Woo, woo, woo.
And then something breaks and you hear cussing, then it's whoo, 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 whoo. So it's urgent call of all
More and more people gather.
That's good living.
That is good living.
That's good
There's
living.
nothing better than mud. Hey, you're supposed to be spraying the rock, not the ground. You still didn't get all the mud out of inside there. Who's gonna be there? Woo! Woo! Ah!
Behind the scenes of Crazy Cheap Chick. Crazy Cheap Chick gone wild.
Crazy Cheap Chick gone wild!
What are you doing? Yeah.
All right, I'm fine. That's enough exercise for today. Well, guys, I'm in the parking lot to spend pizza because I try to meet my daughter, who's an RN, for lunch on Tuesdays whenever she's available. And so I don't have much time left to talk. And so I will finish with a little story for you. And this happened to me this morning in Goodwill. I had ran in there. I've been looking for a couple of things, and I guess there was an old guy behind me, and the wind must have caught the door or something and hit him. And he's like, "Thanks a lot, lady." And so, you know me, I'm like, I'm going to confront him over this. And so I walk up to him and I go, "I am so sorry." I said, "I didn't see you. Did the door hit you?" And he's like, "Oh, well," I'm like, I really do. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. And he calmed right down. But, you know, if you do something even inadvertently, you should apologize. He was kind of embarrassed and kind of backtracking all over himself because I approached him and apologized. And he's like, "Well, you don't have eyes in the back of your head. It's okay. It's okay." But it's really super windy here today because we had these storms, and there's some huge clouds. I'll have to try to get a picture of them to show you. Anyway, have a great day. Go find some bargains and have a great week. Look at that big old thunderhead.